step. My conscience is telling me someday will come.
Did somebody say GSL?
You just said it, Artosis.
That's right. The people all at home are like probably chanting it during the commercials. Here we are, guys. This is the opening day of Code S. Tell your friends. Because if you're a good friend, that's what you'll do. Because people want to watch the opening day of Code S. In fact, all of Code S, because it is a badass season that we have here.
It really is. And we're about to jump into the second match here. Cure versus Solar on the other side here. They're bouncing up and down, looking a little bit nervous, a little bit tired.
Yeah, it seems that way. But his TvZ is really, really, really good. And I do expect him to be able to take out this man. Hold on. There he is. This man, Solar, was a fantastic serve for a while, but what has happened to him lately? Come
no
on.
idea. He's been focusing a lot on online tournaments and just, I don't know, maybe just other stuff. I mean, he's made it into Code S 6 times in a row still. But
yeah, I mean, he's still really good, but like, he was supposed to be the next big serve. Instead, it's like Rogue. Rogue like took the spot that was supposed to be his, just like Dream took the spot that was supposed to be Cure's. Think about that.
Funny the way that works. Both these guys were supposed to be something, but it never happened.
Yeah, I mean, they're both very good still, but we were expecting both these guys to be at the very top of their races. Let's see, man, maybe this season we could see some redemption. Solar did do all right last season, but is it enough to take out Kira, whose TvZ is still quite top-notch?
It's funny we see the Terraform ban here from Solar. I think he was watching those games last night. He doesn't want to see any back ever again. Although we do have Echo in the pool, so could happen.
Well, Cactus Valley Echo Iron Fortress. Looks like that's going to be our map pool here. Cactus Valley is loading up, guys. What do you think? Do you think Solar can take the game?
If he does something weird and Kira doesn't spot it, maybe.
Yeah.
That'd be my one way in for Solar.
I'm afraid of a 2-0 here against poor Solar.
Could happen.
Maybe he gets game 3.
시즌 3.
We'll see, guys. Here we go. It's going to be Kira against Solar. The HOT6 GSL Code S.
Down here in the bottom right in the red, our Terran player from Jin Air.
진에어 그리닝스 큐어.
All right. And his opponent in the bottom left from Samsung.
삼성 갤럭시 솔라.
So,
I saw him take that gas. Got a little scared for a second. I was like, wait, what?
he never got the memo about 9 Overlord. That's okay.
We still love him.
Yeah. I quite do like Solar. He's actually got a great personality. His English is actually quite fantastic. Not a lot of people know that, but he's a cool guy, man. Hope to see him kind of rebound in his career. And only checks the center there, so he's like, all right, you're not proxying.
Yeah, nothing weird. Master Huang
The commentator
says he's going to enjoy the commentary over there.
I hope
Korean
so.
side.
There are some great commentators down there.
That they are.
Sometimes I like to just turn around and stare at JYP. Just like look at him. Look at him there. He's got his head.
Hey, he doesn't
talking.
notice us. We're
He's
both
talking about the
looking at him
game
right now.
He's looking straight at the commentators. Okay, now he's looking at the computer. Yeah. Sometimes I
The
do
things
that.
you gotta do in early game Heart of the Swarm.
Yeah. Well, this is early game TvZ, and there's a Reaper being built against. I mean, I swear we could like cover up the screen. I know the spots. I know the opening builds. It's fine, man. I can go to like 9 minutes without looking. I will commentate the whole thing.
Well, from Kira especially. Other Terrans are just like, nah, I'm just gonna go CC first every time. It doesn't matter. Like, I think it was Innovation. Yeah, yesterday against Life, he just did it 3 times in a row.
Hey, what works, works, right?
Yeah. But it was against life, so 2 of those times were up the ramp.
That's a smart thing. That's a good change. Very meta. He's going on multiple Reapers. We do have 6 Lings and a couple Queens on the way, so we shouldn't really see any damage done here.
As long as we see good micro, saves that one at the last second.
Oh, okay. All right. Plenty fast with that.
Yeah, nicely done.
Generally, you don't want to lose more than like a couple Lings against something like this, but as more Reapers come over, you know, if they do go 2-3 Reapers, sometimes they start working on the Queen. And they can get a little bit of damage done, but generally you don't want to lose even one drone. That would be something we'd go, whoa, he lost a drone. He shouldn't lose a drone.
Shouldn't happen. He's gonna start working on the main Queen here. Unfortunately, if he wants to start working at the front with Hellions to follow this up, he's gonna have to do some damage to this young lady.
Young lady. Well, she was just born. You are right about that. Yeah. Whoa, that's some really on-point micro.
Wow.
Pulling both back exactly before they died.
That is some sick micro. He's got to be careful about going back in there.
Yeah.
There he goes.
Way leads with that front Reaper.
Yeah. And behind this, of course, going to go 3cc. But it is scouted here by Solar. Nicely done.
Solar, though, he's not in a position where he can do anything to punish it. All he can do is kind of react by droning it more heavily. Like, you know, if he had been mining gas for some reason, maybe he can do something like throw down a Baneling Nest or a Roach Horn, but it's too late for him to, like, all in against this 3cc type of play.
Yeah.
Which is very normally the case.
We do have the normal follow-up here from Kier. Just going to get a bunch of Hellions out, then go straight into Banshees, very harass-heavy style. It allows you to get those 3cc's just because it's a very big map, and you're putting the pressure on your opponents, getting that map control.
Yeah, it's just really steady and solid. It's a smart way for him to play this. We do have a Baneling Nest on the way. I do think that this is a defensive Baneling Nest for sure, just in cases. You never know, like if they sneak an armory in there and you only have Lings and a few Queens, like Hellbats can kill you.
Yeah. It's like you see the 3rd CC, you're like, I got to drone up super hard.
That's
Look
a
at this.
fantastic scout. He even sees that, well, a Viking is on the way, but he sees that there will be a Banshee coming, but not yet.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little bit slower.
That tech lab wasn't made for no reason.
Wow.
Although, he will have another one here. For Sin. Eventually.
Going to clean out some Overlords with that Viking. I do always like it when Terran grabs a Viking, especially on a big map like this, clear out some Overlords.
Yeah.
Always appreciate that.
If I were Terran, I'd do it very, very often.
Yeah, that would definitely be the style I would play. A little bit of scouting by these Lings right now. But yeah, I mean, the game, nothing too crazy happening right now. We see that, of course, Kira wants to go bio here. Not a big surprise. Very strong bio player.
Yeah. I do wonder, though, will he switch to mech for Echo? It's such a good mech map.
Yeah, I actually really do wonder that as well. The map actually seems a little bit broken for mech.
After seeing yesterday, man, I would do it.
Oh, man. Dude, it was Gumiho against Hyun, and it was just the most brutal mech I've ever... It was just like, oh, you never had a chance to kill him. That's too bad.
You didn't go for early pressure? Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
So you do have the first Banshee coming in here. Only one Queen. Of course, this doesn't have Cloak.
Yeah, and there's no Spore, so this is actually like a very effective Banshee already. Look at this. 4 kills. Forcing Spores that are late. Look at that. Wow.
5, 6, 7, 8. He's going to sacrifice it. He's going to go for 8 kills.
I like it. I love that. I mean, after a certain point, the kills become worth more and more because you're just really butchering their economy.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to come in there later with a very weak Banshee against, you know, a Queen and a Spore this time?
No, it's not going to do anything. You need your multitasking elsewhere as well. But 12 workers killed so far, so that's pretty legit. We do have 1-1 on the way for both players, and Baneling speed before any sort of Spire tech or higher tech at all from Solar. We very well might see a big all-in from him. This is very high economy with 60 drones, so it may be an all-in is the wrong term for it. This is maybe more of a I guess maybe think of the way Kyrix played in Season 1 if you're an old school fan. Like, a lot of Lings, a lot of speed Banes, but the potential to transition if he does the right amount of damage. And there's also, of course, kill potential here.
Yeah. Was waiting on the Widow Mines here for Cure. Finally, he is getting them out. They're going to be very important for holding this up.
Just barely misses that. Almost got all those Hellions. But that was still good.
Yeah, not bad. They were trying to squeak by the Hellions, but not quite. I do love this setup. Look at the supply depots around the bunker.
Yeah, very good. Takes a lot. That like Lings just don't break through that.
Yeah.
But Banelings certainly can. He's making quite a few. He's going to have his 1-1 finishing up just about now. A lot of creep tumors out there for Solar. Really pressing that creep forward. Taking that 4th base up the top. And this attack absolutely not going to do that much. He's clearing some creep, yes, but there's more than enough units really to deal with this. Unless it's like the best Baneling hits ever in the history of Earth, and of course it's not.
Look at this. He's going for the big committal. He's going to go for the bunker, and goodbye, Mineralize.
Really good. Look at this. And he's just going for it. The depot does not even get back up. The Lings take out the Widow Mines for the most part.
And this is what happens when you don't make any meters. You got so many Banelings coming through, and 3rd base is gone.
This is a
Natural is
economy.
Under attack.
Wow, that is a hell of a lot of Lings and Banes, but he's definitely killed quite a few SCVs here. 40 down already.
That's pretty unbelievable. I don't think Kier saw that coming.
No, he certainly did not.
And just the way Solar, you know, went against those Widow Mines, like we were saying, the Lings came in first. They drew a lot of the shots even onto the small amount of Marines that were there.
Yeah.
And then the Banelings came through.
It was pretty brutal. You know, of course, there are like downsides of doing attacks like that. Like the entire army that Solar like didn't make drones for and didn't get mutas for and delayed his upgrades for is gone. So even though he killed a lot of SCVs, he's missing army, which means that, you know, there is some potential here for damage. And as we see, you know, he's already got those drilling claws. Look at that, a lot of drones going down.
The targeting there on those Widow Mines was pretty fantastic. He even delayed dropping out that 3rd one just so he could try to get a better shot. You know, maybe Solar wasn't paying attention. He's really trying to come back in the economy race here.
Yeah, and you know, he might have some potential too, like a few more drops like that. You know, Solar was not on like the sickest economy. He was on 3 base, 60 drones, no gases at his 3rd. So it's like good economy, but still. You have mutas on the way. 2-2 gonna be finishing up pretty soon, but Kira's already started his +3 attack. Very crucial upgrade for this matchup.
Yeah, he's been on point with his upgrades so far in this game. Although Combat Shield's only finishing up now.
Yeah, I guess
As
that's
I'm
true.
saying that.
Yeah.
15-minute Combat Shields, no big deal.
That's a little bit late, but I guess the Marines haven't been too used yet. I'm gonna sack this to try to kill the Overlord. Doesn't even do that. It's a fun moment.
Super ready for the drop, but this annoying place you can't drop is the turn. Nice focus on the Banes.
Really well done. And that, of course, is 2-2 Marines in that little hole right there. So that makes it extra annoying. Should target down those mutas.
Looks like he's trying. He's going to get 1. He's just going to trade it out.
Well, we do have a nice little drop here up into the main base. Going to go ahead, see what he can get. Just kind of forces the drones back, or the Lings back.
Yeah. Tons of Lings out there. Going to buy him some space here in the middle of the map. Clear up that creep. There's always the push and pull you play in TvZ.
That's right, you send a drop somewhere to divert their forces, get up there, start clearing some creep. He can't really engage on creep at the moment. Supply is a little bit too low for this. A lot of Banelings on the way for Solar. Widow Mines are going to be definitely playing a crucial part coming up here.
Lings come forward. The Widow Mine shots are not the best. He's going to have to boost away.
Yeah, it looks like he will get away with most of this. Going to go back, fall back to his defensive line here. He has more rallies, reinforcements. The Banelings rolling forward right now. That is a lot of Banelings.
Didn't get the Widow Mine hits he wanted on the Banes, and everything gets wiped out. And here we go again.
Yeah, those Banes really quite effective here.
Trying to go for the repair here on the bunker. Even
That's a good
forced
repair.
Marines in there will push away the mutas.
And again, let's take a look at this, guys. He's got 7 mutas left, and then just like Zerglings. Now we do have 3-3 on the way for Cure still. Of course, no Hive Tech for Solar. Yes, Solar is winning. He's in like a good spot, kind of, but Cure is doing the right types of things, and Solar is playing a style that costs a lot of money to do. And he just doesn't have long-term units here. What he has is consistent damage put on Cure's army and Cure's economy.
Yeah. But as you said, this is all going to change once the 3-3 finishes up. He's going to have +3 weapons. Delayed that armor. I think he must have forgot it. He had enough gas. Trying to drop in some more Widow Mines in the main. Just going to go, I suppose, for some army hits. Those are some good hits.
Yeah. 2 of those hits were nice. A lot more Banes on the way right now. We might see a killing blow type of move coming out of Solar, but 3-3 is going to be done before he does it. That is a big deal when you're just playing Bane Muta.
Yeah. Do see another drop. Very consistent from Cure so far with his pressure, with his drops, although this one is going pretty wide out there to the right side. Going to take a while to get up to that 4th base.
Yeah, it's a good thing that Solar continues to try to expand up because he really needs these bases to fuel this like non-stop playing Baneling aggression. As far as mechanics, really on point, by the way. Yeah. Looks like he will roll in here into this 3rd base. Let's see what he can get done. The Thor going to come out right now. Baneling's just rolling right past these Thors. Oh, a lot of them actually hitting that one Thor.
Yeah, really nice splits there from Pure, but just so much stuff coming out of Solar. It just never stops. His economy is just so on point. Getting that base would be nice, but...
Look, he doesn't get the base. He lost every Baneling. He lost his 5th base. Cure is going to his 5th. He's got the 3-3. We only have 10 mutas. Like, that's the thing about this type of strategy, guys. You're not making more and more mutas all game. You're making more and more Banelings. The mutas are just kind of there to try to kill some medevacs and stop drops, and you're just trying to kill them with non-stop Lings and Banes. And at this point, Solar's getting a little bit lower on his larva. His economy is not where he wants it at.
Even
this could be a Cure victory coming.
Even this trade, 2 mutas for that drop. It's going to put his mutas totally out of position. As you said before, Cure keeps alive his orbital there, which is extremely important.
Yeah, we'll see. Still Cure in a tough spot. He has very little supply. He just needs to keep being as cost efficient as is possible. Once the Banelings go away, he can slaughter the Zerglings if he has any reasonable sized force left with this 3-3. But I guess that's what this game is right now.
Really nice catch from Solar. He's kind of getting a read on when Cure is moving out with his drops now.
Yeah, he's got so much of the map at this point. Look, this is a huge attack coming into this 4th base area. That is so many Banelings rolling up. And, well, a lot of them actually hitting that Thor. He does attack on the other side as well. Connects okay with some of them, and this 3rd base will go down.
Yep.
He was about half mined out, so it's not, as impactful as if he had gotten the other side, but it's still impactful for sure.
Oh, yeah. Solar now getting his 5th base up. A bounce, still on a very fantastic economy back at home. He's just got to get more of those Banes back. And it looks like he's finally making a transition here. Infestation pit on the way.
Creep continuing to be pushed out. Go ahead and try to take out this Thor. Few mutas do go down for it. Cure, I love the fact that Cure is still in this game, still fighting. Solar messes up like 1 or 2 more of those big Baneling attacks. He gets a couple good Widowmine hits, and Cure can still take this despite this huge supply difference.
Yeah, I mean, look at the army supplies. They're exactly the same, pretty much. Cure is not out of the woods just yet. I'm surprised that Solar, when he has those mutas in position on the right side, doesn't try to go for the production. Like, really try to draw Cure out of position. Because Cure's got, like, a fantastic spread set up, like a really nice defense.
Well, let's see if he's got nice enough defense. There's a Baneling for every Marine at the moment. I think that could be enough.
He needs the Widowmine shots. He needs the money. Really nice spread there from Solar, though, and now he's going for the SCVs.
Well, a lot of red SCVs actually do live through that. Well, look, yeah, when the Banelings go away, the Marines come out to play, and they do push everything back, and he's going to be able to get rid of some of this creep now.
He's slowly clawing his way back.
He's trying, man. He's trying.
He's got to be careful against this many Banes on creep, though.
I think he's just not giving up at this point.
Look at those Widow Mines slowly coming the back. Like, oh, I'm late to this party. Imagine if they were there with their drilling claws. It's just too much. GG.
Yeah, it was... Kira, like, almost held on enough, but Solar had the right amount of aggression with that huge Baneling type of strategy. Well played by him. That was a solid victory. Yeah. It's a tough style to play and finish off a top guy with, especially when they lived at 3-3 and still have over 100 supplies. So
yeah, and I'm really feeling for Kira here. I feel like almost all the games I watched from him recently are just like this, where he's holding on, he's trying his hardest, but he just barely loses the game, and it's like, oh, Kira, you're so close, but you just can't finish it. You can't get those wins.
Yeah. Well, we're going to be going to Echo next. And, of course, Iron Fortress after that. Hey, maybe we underestimated Solar here.
It's possible.
That was good play that he just showed us. You know, he kind of caught Kira off guard and got a lot of kills early on. If that had been less successful, I think Kira holds on and wins this game. But that's the type of build maybe that Solar needs to use against Kira, because Kira's late game TvZ, as we saw, even though he was so injured, was pretty phenomenal. Like when he had his upgrades and he had some sort of income, he was doing a great job with his spreads, a great job trying to harass a bit. It was some impressive stuff.
See if he can hold on here in game number 2. This is the big question mark map we were talking about. It's Echo. It's a very fantastic mech map, but will Kira go against his trademark bio style? Or maybe Solar up a game. Maybe he's just going to try to end it early and not even allow Kira to make that decision.
Look, if he wants to play a long game, do it on Iron Fortress.
Yeah.
Okay, that's if he wants to play two long macro games. Okay, you can macro here, but if you're going to macro on one of the maps, it has to be Iron Fortress. So let's see what he does here. I would actually like out of him seeing like some very aggressive crazy cheese. Not sure exactly which one though.
Seems like we're going to have Solar go to the bathroom, by the way, so maybe a small delay here, guys. Stick with us.
Indeed. Let your friends know. Code S has started again, guys. It's the 3rd season.
It's a big deal.
Sick lineup. We're only missing Dream. It's the only player not in the round of 32 that should be.
Yeah, got sniped by Hack, I believe, right?
That's
TvT.
right. While you
Not
were
his
at
best
Dream
matchup.
Hack.
Yeah. Funny the way that works.
But
Dream versus Hack during Dream Hack.
Yeah, kind of crazy that we traded Dream in for Hack, but I guess well-deserved by Hack.
Yeah. Hack's another one of those question marks where we're like, he beat Dream in a TvT, but does that mean he can get out of the round of 32 of a very stacked tournament?
For years, Hack has shown like brilliance every now and then, but he's never done it like consistently enough for me to ever predict him to win anything.
I know what you mean,
ever.
actually. He had like one, I think last season of Pro League, he had one fantastic mech game on Overgrowth, and we were like, whoa, this guy can mech it up. But then he just never did it again. He tried once again, he got wrecked, and we were just like, oh, okay.
I think he's one of these guys that's actually like really, really, really good in practice, most likely, but doesn't always bring it all the way. You know, sometimes is a little bit panicky or nervous or something like that.
You know, Hush from CJ?
Yeah. Every now and then he has a great game.
Yeah.
But
smacks some guy around in PvP that he shouldn't have won against, and then, you know, you see people like Hero, Byung, Biel, they're all like, oh, I talked to Hush. Mayhyung, like, he helps me out with all my builds. He tells me what to do in every matchup, and
it's actually it's great to hear stuff like that, because not every the best players in practice are not always the best players on TV. For instance, the caster that you guys have over there, Kanata.
Yeah.
He was one of these guys where, like, whoever won in the finals, if a Terran won, they're like, thanks to Kanata for the help.
Yeah.
Because he's just, like, the best TvT player in the world for years and, like, could not ever win on TV.
Yeah.
And now he commentates on TV. But he feels dumb now for not being a champion. Yeah.
kind of funny, but sad at the same time, I suppose.
Yeah.
Those guys who have so much skill, but they just can't make it work.
Look, Younghwa is another one. He kind of makes it work. Like, he has very good games more often than some of these other guys that we're talking about, but I think he's in that same category. A lot of people are giving me crap, but whenever you talk to the very top Korean Protosses, they all consider Younghwa one of them.
Were people giving you crap, really?
Oh, yeah. All the other
Younghwa,
casters, like in Shenzhen, they're like, oh, you think Younghwa's good? It's like, yes, he is.
Was Younghwa over at Shenzhen?
Yeah.
How'd he do?
He lost.
Oh.
Right away.
Well, maybe he was nervous, like he went to China.
Well, he never really performs. Like, he always gets through qualifiers, always does a good job. He's always up at the top of these online stuff. If he doesn't win, he comes close a lot of the time. But, he's one of those players, too, where it's like, we know he's one of the better players. He just doesn't deliver.
I think I casted one Code A match with you for Younghwa, like, maybe season 1 of this year, where he went to best of 5 and he did some weird kind of 7-gate charge all in. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, yes, on merry-go-round. It was fantastic.
It was so smart.
Oh,
it was barely
so
didn't
good.
work.
It was so close. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was awesome. He used like an immortal, couple centuries,
Some
and
kind of weird
the
drop,
Nexus
right?
cannon to try to defend, but then he got out of position. What he did was he warped in. He went 7-gate charge real fast as a counter warp in. And it just ravaged the Terran base. And then he was down his ramp with all his units, his Colossus and stuff, and the Terran army just killed it because he didn't stand back.
I remember that.
He was out of position, so he didn't make it to the next round. It was like so...
That happens.
It was so Younghwa is what it was. It was like brilliant, and then like just the dumbest mistake, and that was it.
But then I think for season 2... Or maybe this season, I did Code A with either you or maybe it was like Moonglade or Tasteless. One of those days I was filling in, and the same thing happened. He like lost in game number 5 again, and we were just like, oh god, this guy like
tragic story.
Yeah.
And
also curious for so long, the gatekeeper. But now he finally got a championship over at DreamHack.
I'm so happy that he won that. Actually,
yeah,
that's really pretty great that he did that.
You can tell he's kind of like a more reserved guy. Maybe he gets a bit nervous in the booth, but finally he got that win. Maybe that'll just boost him up.
And there were some legit players over in Valencia, too.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't sure it was going to be that stacked of a tournament, but definitely it had some really strong contenders. So pretty good victory for him.
Kind of weird that the way it worked out, like Fantasy and Gumiho both got knocked out by, I think it was Patience or something. Patience had like a fantastic tournament.
Patience is good at DreamHacks.
Yeah.
Because you bring him to
like
GSL Code S, man.
Doing it.
He gets stomped, man. He gets curb stomped at GSL.
Another sad story. You could even talk to Moonglade about it. He's talked about it like when he went into that booth and he was like, it's totally different. Like I just, so nerve-wracking being in that booth.
Yeah,
the GSL
those booths right there, guys.
Yeah.
Is,
also, Pro League booths, for some players, they come out, consistently and just do not do well.
Yeah.
Kind of funny that happened for Solar, too. He's currently like 2-13 in Pro League, I think, right now.
I was looking forward to this year with Solar and just like, I think he was like 1-8 at one point. I'm like, I don't even really need to watch your matches. You're like in a different place.
I don't know what happened, man.
Unfortunately.
I don't know what it was.
That happens, though, unfortunately, to these guys. There is nothing harder than being consistently good at the hardest game in the world, which is StarCraft II. Someone's like, oh, no, it's Go. Shut up. It's not Go. You're dumb. It's StarCraft II by far. All right, guys, here we go. It's going to be Echo from map number 2. Cure down a game here. We were kind of expecting him to kill Solar off, who's had kind of an iffy-ish time. But, I mean, I guess they were right? In Pro League, he's not been doing well, but in the individual leagues, he's done all right.
Yeah. All eyes on Cure, Willie Gomenker Bio, but also eyes on Solar. Will he switch it up here in Game 2 and try to take a quick win? Let's find out.
You're ripping up the dance floor.
Nickelback?
I hope not.
Up here in the top left, our Terran player down a game.
진에어 그리닝스 큐어.
Down here in the bottom right, up a game.
삼성 갤럭시 솔라.
It's funny, both Cure and Solar are having pretty bad Pro League records overall, and both of those teams are struggling a bit. I think Jin Air, though, is doing a bit better. And Samsung is like slowly on the rise now with their like Terran lineup, which is kind of funny. You got Journey and Reality playing some sick games out of nowhere.
Since Kespa switched over, I've always liked Reality. I thought he was going to be one of the guys that just kind of rose up in StarCraft 2, where he just wasn't all there in StarCraft 1. And I was very sad when he didn't, but
I think he's another one of those guys that just gets nervous. Like he shows it on his face when he plays.
Some of the games that he plays, I look at it, I'm like, well, this was some textbook defensive Terran play right here. This was some solid stuff. But
he's definitely got it. He's definitely got it in him. But
one of my favorite matches of all time, him versus Sulky. I believe you were commentating it.
Oh yeah,
the game that ended in the draw.
The 2 hour and 40-minute StarCraft time game on Star Station.
Yeah, Star Station. And the best part is in the rematch, if that Ultralisk attack had not killed him, it would have happened again. Endless.
And that game still went to like 45 minutes.
Oh, I loved it. Oh, that was
we were
a great
there
night
until
for
1
me.
o'clock in the morning, and it was worth it. It was a fantastic day for StarCraft.
I just enjoyed it so much.
Yeah, it was funny because Star Station, you had that circle in the middle, so you just went around in a circle.
Yeah.
They kept on chasing the swarm host, and
they can't do anything about it either. It was just it was in an infinity loop. Whoever falls asleep first loses, I guess.
Yeah. Would have been funny if they just didn't go to a draw and it just went on for even longer.
Well, the thing is, I've never seen a StarCraft 2 game decided by the in-game draw timer ever.
Yeah, I've never seen it either.
But it can happen. I'm trying to remember even what it's like. You can't have mined for 5 minutes, and you can't have killed a structure for 5 minutes, I believe. There might be something about damaging. I'm not 100%.
Someone out there's got the rules memorized. He's got the handbook of StarCraft 2.
I think I heard that, like, hallucinations can reset it or something like that, but I don't quite remember. Anyways, I don't know, because I've never seen it, and it's never happened at top pro level play. So.
Yeah. I think there have been some games over in Europe, honestly I didn't watch them, just where you get that very defensive Raven style, where you just, your Ravens survive forever, and they just keep on regenerating energy, and it goes until like 4 hours and a half, and everybody's just like, well, I don't know if this is ever going to end.
I do like really long games where the map gets mined out, though, to be honest. Like, they just, I don't know, there's a whole different type of strategy involved.
Yeah, I like them because they don't happen very often.
Yeah.
And some players are better than others.
If they happened all the time, it would suck, actually.
Yeah, it'd be just too much.
Yeah. Sometimes it's good. By the way, I do want to point out that this game, Cure is actually playing in like a more defensive manner, no third CC very quickly, instead teching up a lot faster. Like before he was going like factory but not the starport as well. And I think that this is like probably smart. This is kind of him hedging his bets and saying, okay, if you were to do an all-in, this is much more likely to hold it than the faster third CC. So I like the move from Cure.
And even if, no all-in comes, he will have what looks like a drop coming in here. Oh, actually, it's just going to be an attack with Hellbats.
All right.
And Medivacs.
It's a good one. This is one, if you don't see it coming, you're in trouble. But look at this already. The Baneling Nest. That is like the really important structure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's already got 3 queens, another on the way. So 4 queens, lings with speed, a Baneling Nest, reasonable creep spread so far. He's doing all the right things to try to hold on here.
Yeah. I think those buildings are kind of suspicious, where he comes in there and he's like, that kind of setup, you're getting a medevac out this fast.
Yeah.
I'm going to need some Banelings.
He knows. Look, he starts another queen, making lings and banes right now before he makes another drone.
Yeah.
So he's really getting ready for any possible Hellbat.
Solar said he was, practicing a ton for this matchup. This was the important game in his mind because he could take CVP regardless. And he's looking very practiced.
Yeah, certainly is. Oh, that was not the best connections. That was absolutely not what Solar was looking for there, only killing 1 Hellbat.
Yeah, I spoke too soon.
Well, I mean, that was just a slight mistake there. It wasn't even microed. He just kind of sent it in.
Yeah.
Okay, a little bit better there.
A bit better. He just get rid of one of those Hellbats without banelings too.
He's keeping his queens alive. Oh, he's got a target. He's got a target. He was actually attacking two different things there. Oh, man, but this is actually really starting to work out.
Some links popping out of that third base are going to go down immediately. Of course, we do have the follow-up here from Cure. Lots of units coming across the map. More links popping out here. They really need to group up and fight with the queens. And that medevac just healing everything up.
Well, it looks like he will eventually clean this all up here. All right, taking a look at the damage done. He only killed 3 drones. I guess he is actually still pushing.
Yeah, this isn't over yet. Looks like 2 or 3 Banes went into
like,
one Marine or something.
Oh my god. Did he have a transfuse on that? Yeah, he did. He had a transfuse on that. He didn't use it. Ooh, that hurts. He's got to be kicking himself right now because that one had a transfuse on it as well, the one that died. Okay, so finally it gets cleaned up. That was a bit rough, though, especially there at the end. Lost an additional queen that didn't need to be lost. Lost so many lings during this.
Yeah. Down to less workers than Cure, who also has his 3rd orbital about to come out. He's also got the 1-1 upgrades on the way, although Solar has been on top of that as well.
Roach Warren on the way here. Could we possibly see a Roach Baneling all-in?
That would be really cool, actually. Solar saying, I've taken too much damage, I have to follow up and just try to kill you.
Yeah, well, I would say this is the map for it anyways, so if he wants to do something like that, this could be the time. Roach Warren could just be a little bit defensive as well. Sometimes people do go defensive roaches. It's not as common as it once was.
Yeah, scan there, checking the drone count, I believe. Maybe see how much gas is being mined.
Roach speed and Bane speed. So, I mean, you can play this in a kind of macro-y way, but it's a pretty big committal into the tech. Gonna target down this medevac first, a smart move. Oh, there you go.
Saving it for a while. So we got another drop in here to the natural. And only 1 queen here to deal with these 2 Hellbats. Finally cleans up the 3rd base.
Ooh, getting a few kills there. Maybe not as many as he would have liked, but
look at that gigantic pole. All the drones so far away.
All right, let's see. I think that Solar's kind of stabilized for the moment. Making some more drones here. No roaches being created yet. But I don't think he's gonna like want to go into Muta or anything like that. I think he's gonna probably stay on Roach Bane. But we don't see any roaches, so
not just yet. Although he is making 6 Overlords and he is about to finish Roach Speed, so I think they definitely are coming. But
it's a good time to make them after 6 overs.
But still not coming out. Gonna throw away some lings now to a pretty strong push coming across the map here from Cure.
Oh, and gonna roll in with these speed banes. Okay. That kind of did all right. You know, his banes were just slightly out of position there. If they had hit just as they were coming to the hill, I think he would have gotten quite a bit more, but that's okay. He cleaned out quite a bit. 22 roaches on the way.
Yeah. I like that Cure is not doing the flash style where he never makes Widow Mines, or a style he used to play in the past. Thankfully, he doesn't do it anymore. He is going to switch into Widow Mines now, 3 at a time with Drilling Claws. Going to be a very nice follow-up for Cure.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Those should be able to help him hold this off, but this is like getting to the quite all-in point from Solar. He's putting every ounce of money that he has into Roach Ling Bane, and 2-2 is going to finish up very soon here for his opponent. So he has got to make this work because he cannot fight at a 2 upgrade deficit.
It's got to go now. Combat Shield's just now complete, and Solar fighting without all of his Banelings. Off the creep there, up a ramp. Now we're going to see a giant drop coming to the 3rd. It looks like he doesn't notice. Oh, here we go.
Oh, boy. Well, that is a lot of kills right there. He's got to make something work right now.
Oh, really nice pull there at the end.
All right, here we go.
Oh, that Widowmine, it was disgusting. Hit almost half the Banes. He's got more on the way, though.
I don't know if that'll be enough. Some good spreading here from Cure. Just trying to pick off any Banelings that he possibly can, because then the roaches will be easy.
I think Cure holds this with flying colors, and these reset. That's going to be it. GG.
Yeah. All right, well done by Kira. Going with a slightly more aggressive build that time, not going for that third CC. Kind of taking control of the tempo of that game.
I like it. Doesn't even need to use mech on that map.
Nope.
Doesn't want to stay here too long. Gonna go into Iron Fortress now, which I think 0% chance we're gonna see mech out here.
Oh yes, I absolutely agree with you there. He played a fantastic game against Saxry on this map, where Saxry actually, that was a really good series actually, Code A guys. If you want to see some really nice TvZs from both sides, my Insanity Saxry against, of course, Janair's here in Code A. It was just last week. Myself and Ringblade, really fun match. But yeah, I mean, Solar is still, he's playing pretty well. You know, a little bit of miss micro. There was like a couple times during those Hellbat engagements where he wasn't really microing, which kind of caught me off guard because that's really where you got to be looking. If you're fighting Hellbats early game, you must micro perfectly to defeat them cost efficiently.
So, fortunately to say, Cure seems to have some problems with his computer. We are going to have to switch it out, it seems.
All right.
So we can talk about
All sorts of things.
more players, I suppose.
Based on what you've seen so far, who takes map 3?
I think Cure's going to take it.
Think so?
Yeah.
I have to agree. Solar is playing pretty well, though. And hey, you know, if we compare like how his TvZ was compared to his TVP, his TvZ looks pretty good. I mean his ZVP, sorry.
Yeah.
ZVT versus ZVP. Who knows? Like, him versus Myungshik, he has a chance. Although Myungshik's TvZ can be pretty deadly. He has some really...
Myungshik likes to stomp Zergs,
Yeah.
like small little bugs on the pavement.
Yeah.
He doesn't, you know, I don't know. He really just likes to just kill them very early on. And
he's played some interesting PvZs. He's a tough one to play against, I think. Has a big range of very aggressive attacks. I think he's like definitely one of the Protosses that Zergs like to complain about, where it's like, I don't even know what's coming, and then
I
it
got
kills you.
Protoss, like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. Like,
Yeah.
Zest also very dangerous in a different way. Like I said before, just very solid in every matchup.
How are you
So,
ever going to kill him when he gets Blink Stalkers? It's going to be very difficult. So
yeah, his control, like, which is what, like, the main thing you need, which is why Parting is so successful against Zerg, is also why Zest is very good against Zerg.
well, here's a question for you. Do you think Zest beats Cure?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, 100%.
Like for sure, 100.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
100%.
I'm on the Zest train tonight, man.
Okay.
He's
yeah,
my guy.
I think it's not a bad call, but Cure actually is like a very cool Terran vs Protoss player. Like, he was very innovative back when he got that round of 4. He was like, he was the guy that's like, he's got 12 Blink Stalkers there. I think I'll drop with all my Metavacs on top of him, and he loses like 2 on the way in, then kills everything, and then kills the natural, and it's like, oh. Okay,
Kind of
that's
like a very
cool.
deadly.
He actually ruined. I had to vote down Nimbus after he did that.
Yeah?
I had to thumbs it down on the
Did
ladder.
he ruin that map for you?
He actually, he ruined it on the Korean server. Like, every Terran's just like,
right,
hey,
yeah.
look at me, 8 Metavacs, and you're
Well,
just
that
like,
map was just pretty brutal for that matchup anyway.
It was, but he really helped to push me over the edge on that map.
I think he also helped push that map out of the map pool from Korea.
Yeah, no doubt.
One of those guys. Maru also a very big guy who helped get that out of there. He was
Certainly.
one of those guys that was just always like, no, your third base is way too far away. Like, there's 2 gigantic angles I can come from and drop it, and just, you know, you'll also have a backdoor base that you got to go around those giant rocks if you don't kill. And with all your Colossi, and go to your backdoor. I hope you have like 5 cannons. Even if you do, I might still kill your
Yeah,
Nexus.
the 5 cannons weren't really cutting it. It was not quite enough. But yeah, I mean, I think that he has a chance against Zest. I really do.
I think he's got a chance, but I think it's a very small one.
I don't think it's like super duper small. I think Zest is definitely favored.
Yeah.
But it's a best of 3. A best of 3 isn't a best of 5, which isn't a best of 7. But then again, it's
You're
not
right.
a best of 1 either.
Yeah, you're
It's not a best of 1 either.
Yeah.
All right, let me back
isn't
up
Pro
for a
League.
minute. Let me back it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Volatility.
The thing that I'm kind of worried about for Zest, I guess, when he's facing Cure is that Cure, I think, will play a different style than Flash or TY will. TY, of course, very great against holding off any kind of all-ins, just pretty solid across the board. He's got some pretty good multitasking as well. Likes to go for those drops. Whereas Flash is just super greed all the way. Will kill you in the mid-game before it gets too late. And I think Cure, like you said before, is just like kind of deadly in this matchup. He wants to kill like even before Flash would kill you.
Yeah. Well, it is always interesting to look at the players on their team that you know that they're practicing the most with, or most likely practicing the most with, and see what type of styles that they have that they can go up against. So that's a very good point, because definitely, like, you're not going to. I mean, Flash can macro as well as Innovation. He's not as good as Innovation, but yeah, definitely can do that. Anyways, we're going to jump to a quick little break, guys, while this computer gets fixed up. So we'll be right back.